Hello, my name is Anne and welcome to a Tobyknits Flosstube episode 42. Yes, I had to look that one up because it's been that long since I've done a Flosstube. Toby, by the way, is home and he is sitting behind me, cuddling me because he hasn't left me alone for the past 12 hours. If you're new here, hi, welcome. Grab a cup of tea, get comfy. Today we're talking about cross stitch. If you didn't know, I used to do this format ages ago, and then life got too busy, so I shoved everything in one video once a week, but I've gone back to splitting them up into 3. Mondays is knitting and crochet, Wednesdays today is cross stitch, and Fridays is quilting and sewing. So I just got back from a 2-week vacation in Nova Scotia where I went to visit my youngest son and his family, and we took our eldest son and his family with us, and we had a blast. If you want to check that out, look up Monday's video and you'll see I put some pictures in at the end of all the shenanigans we all got up to. It was a lot of fun. While I was there, I took with me 2 knitting projects and 1 cross stitch project because we drove, and I live in Ontario, and Nova Scotia where my son lives, he lives just outside of Dartmouth near Halifax, and that's a 14-hour drive one way. Yeah, so I needed something in the car. I don't drive, so my poor husband had to do all the driving, so we stop quite often, every 2 hours, 3 hours for a stretch, cup of tea, that kind of stuff. We had a picnic lunch at one point, and then we stop at a hotel halfway and spend the night and then carry on the next day. So there's lots of crafting going on in the car. I took with me Fall on the Farm, and this is in my cross stitch bag that I made. I made this ages and ages ago. I feel like it was about 2 years ago, and I use it all the time. It is squishy and lovely and thick and protecting, and you can get so much stuff in it. Look at all that stuff I've got in there. I'm not kidding, there's tons of stuff in here. So I took with me an old project. Oh, are you moving now? Where are you going? Oh, we got down. I am working on an old project that I started in January the 7th, 2022. And I did a lot of this. It was a monthly sort of stitch along with the Fat Quarter Shop, and who are a US-based company. And you got these cute little patterns each month, and they're Little House Needleworks, and so we got one of these each month, and you could do them just on their own. So like, for example, you could just do that. Oh, that's the last one I have to do. Or you could do them in one big design, which I did. So let me just try to show you. Let me take the hoop off, it'd be easier. This is my mum's hoop. My mum passed away 10 years ago, and she used to embroider. She didn't cross stitch, she embroidered. But this was her hoop, and I use this to feel close to her. So when I went away, I was working on this one. And I think I had got the sign and the girl and the boy and part of the tree done. Can you see that? The light's not where I want it to be. There, is that better? And so I finished that one off. Look at all the pumpkins. And then I started this one while I was there. And they're going to be little piggies at the bottom. Let me see if I can find it there. They're all little pumpkins and piggies. Yeah, Old MacDonald had a farm. Oh, I never realized they had stuff at the bottom. like words. Okay, what was this one? Oh, greeny and fair in the land of the sun, the vines of the gourd and the rich melon run, and the rock and the tree and the cottage enfold with broad green leaves of greenness and blossoms of gold. By John Greenfield Whittier, 1807-1892. Well, I never knew that was there. It must be on every one of them. This one says, oh, MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on the farm he had a pig, E-I-E-I-O. Never mind. So, but this is the whole of it. I'll show you all of it. It's really rather yummy. So the company, Little House Needleworks, had a design that was free on their website where you could put these borders and sort of get it all together like that to show you how to do it as one. So isn't that pretty? And I like this because I can pick it up when I feel like it and put it down because it's not a big thing to work on. And it's just raw. Isn't that lovely, that one? Look at that one. And it's on a 16 count Aida. And oh, I made that little needle minder. Oh, I just dropped my needle. See, that's why I don't like the needle on the front. I've told you this before. I don't like that. So I'm going to push that in there. And I'm going to put the needle on the back like that. Because then I won't knock it off like I just did. Case in point. Pointing case. Whatever that was. So anyway, I love it. Isn't that pretty? So I've got one more left to go. And that was the one I just showed you a minute ago. That's the last one. So I have to do the piggies and then I'll be on this one and then it's finished. It'd be nice to get it finished for October and then framed and put up. So that is my fall on the farm. And as I say, I had worked on that in 2022. Then I never worked on any of it at all in 2023. I didn't cross stitch in 2023. No idea why. But I started up again with it on July the 26th. And what I do, this is a little card I made up. And it tells me what it is, the date, then when I started it, obviously when I'm going to finish it, where the design is, and what I worked on it. And then anytime I pick it up to work on, I just circle the date. And that way I know when I've worked on it and how long it's taken me to stitch. So and I keep this in the bag. So I should put all these back in my bag now. In fact, I'm just going to put it all on the floor. I'll deal with it after. When I got home, I was super excited, as you could probably tell from Sunday's video, that I had got the cotton and twine box with the sampler, August sampler in it, which we're going to go over it and start stitching in a minute. But the other thing that I also got was all my Peter Rabbit magazines. Oh, so if you don't know, I love Peter Rabbit. And this is put on by Hachette. And you can, if you live in the UK, you can get these magazines each week in the store. I think W.H. Smith sells them. You might be able to get them in Asda too. So they come out weekly. And I feel like they're like up to number 18 or something in the stores right now. Probably even higher than that. And what it is we're going to be making this sampler. And each week you get a different section to do. Like not the whole section, like not this whole Peter. This one took 4 weekly magazines to complete him. And you also get sent with each magazine the floss to make it. So I don't know what floss it is. I don't think it's DMC, but somebody on the Peter Rabbit Facebook group did do a comparison. So if you had DMC and you run out, you could use that. So there's going to be 4 of these all together. Let me see if there's a picture of all 4. I don't know if there is in this one. Let me see if there is in this one. No. No. Anyway, but this is, there's a better picture of it. So this is the first one. This is spring. And then there's one for summer, fall, and, or I think it says autumn and winter. Now, I have 4 grandchildren who range from age 4 to 8 months. And each one of them, believe it or not, was born in a different season. So I'm making them for them. Will I give them to them? I don't know. They may hang up here and be given to them when they're 18. Just not sure if I'm going to give them up because I love them so much. But what I want to do, instead of having the word spring, I want my grandchild's name there. So this will be for Tristan because he was born in April. And I just love it. Anyway, so if you subscribe to it, you get 4 magazines once a month. The only trouble was, if you live in Canada or the US, you can't subscribe because it's only for the UK. So I had to order it. Well, I didn't order it. I had to get my dad to order it for me because he lives in the UK. And it gets shipped to him, and then he turns around and ships it to me. So it's working out good, but I have to wait ages because by the time he gets it and then turns around and ships it to me, and it takes like 2 weeks to get here. So it's taken its time, sweet time, but that's okay. Because when I was at home, I actually bought number 8, 9, and 10. And he's just sent me 7 because 7, 8, 9, and 10 were the last package he got. And I said, just hang on to 8, 9, and 10. I don't need them yet, but I need 7. So he sent me that. So I've got enough to actually do Peter, these rabbits, and Hunka Munka. So that'll keep me going until I see him in December. We're going to New York City. My dad, he's 91, God love him, and my brother, and Bob. And so we are, anyway, these, I'm going on about these too much, I'm sorry. These are amazing magazines because not only do you get the instructions, and it's really clearly laid out. The chart is not great, it's too small. I think going forward they made them bigger, but it's quite small, the chart to look at. So I have to put it on my tablet and blow it up. But it gives you step by step, if you're a new stitcher, how to make it. And then there are other things in here that you can make. So, for example, and they do come apart because there's a. I know I'm every time I do that, I'm like, you're ripping a magazine. But they are to go in a binder, which is my dad's got for me, and there are sections. So for example, this section is get creative, and so there's this one that you can do on a buffet, and then there's what's the other, and there's gorgeous what is the word I'm looking for, artwork all the way through from Peter Rabbit. And then there's this one. So you get 2 or 3 other designs in it other than the sampler. Now that's a nice big chart, that one. I mean, just look at this. I can show you this. I'll just hide the key. Isn't that pretty? But look at the lovely artwork. I love that. I could just sit and look at the artwork. And then at the back, there's always some kind of a story. In this instance, it's called Potted History. And it tells you how they're all connected, all the animals in the Peter Rabbit world. So I love this magazine. I just do. That's all there is to it. And I sit and read it and love it. So that's just that one, and I've got 4 to go through, 2 of which I haven't unpacked yet. So So let me show you where I'm at with my Peter Rabbit cross stitch. And this is my Peter Rabbit bag that I made. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at the fabric. Oh, I love it. There's so much to look at. So much to look at. Look at it. Oh, I love it. And on the inside, I made it just little hearts. So I have this one on, and again, I started this one on June the 25th, 2024. And you can see I got a lot done in June and July. That was because I was watching Euros and then Olympics. No, I didn't watch Olympics. It was Euros. Football, soccer. And then, of course, for the last 2 weeks, I've been away, so I haven't been able to work on it. So here it is. I'll take it off the hoop for you. This is just a plastic hoop. I really don't know if I like these anymore. I might have to go and get wooden ones. So here he is. Oh, look at him. So I just started working last night because I had the new colors that I needed. I got stuck. I couldn't do any more with the colors they'd sent so far. And I am backstitching as I go because I wanted to look at Peter. I wanted him to, you know, me and him to have a chat while we were working on this project. So there's going to be 2 eggs here, I think. And this is a chicken and another chicken. And then there'll be isn't it pretty? I absolutely love it. And this is, I think it's 14 count. I'm not sure. I gotta say though, this came in the kit in the first issue. It kind of looks like, I don't even know if, it's huge this. It's bigger than I thought it was gonna be. And then you gotta get all them other animals in there. Well, I guess so. It's all rolled up and screwed up because it's been in the hoop. But I love it. Oh, would you like my needle minder? I made that too. And there's my needle on the back because it doesn't fall off. So I love that. So yes, I'm very happy to get back to that. The other thing that I was working on and I couldn't take with me, I haven't done any of this for about 2 or 3 weeks, was my Peking Puppies. This is a DMC kit, and it's in an old Michael's bag. So this is it. And I am making this for Sean, my son. So, oh, look at this. It's so real-like looking. I can't get over it. So I had done all of this. This is half cross stitch. So it goes quick. The middle is all actual cross stitch. And then again, this side. So I'm just working on getting the rest of the door frame done. Because when I get to the second dog, I have to change all the colors to make it like his dog that passed away. And my friend got me that. So this is the other one. So this, I haven't worked on that for a while. And Full on the Farm, Peter Rabbit, and my new one that we're going to start in a minute from Cotton and Twine. Are going to be my 4 cross stitches that I will be trying consistently to work on. All right, let's have a look at this. We've already been 20 minutes of me showing you stuff. I am going to start this. I'm so excited about this. This is by the Historical Sampler Society, and they graciously sent me this to show you. And this is Cotton and Twine, which is their monthly subscription box. And each month you get a different design. I've already peeked at what this month's is, and I think it's a, my gosh, what's the word? Halloween sampler, because they're samplers. And they're just small. They're small samples that you could get done in a month versus their big ones that they also put out. And they've started this new thing, and I get the feeling these are going to be every other month, maybe. But these are their month of the year designs, and there are a series of designs to celebrate each month of the year individually. Now, did it say when the rest are going to come out? We'll be releasing the full series of month of the year designs over the coming months, some of them in the cotton and twine monthly boxes, then the remainder will be available as PDF pattern or full kit on our website in early 2025. Now, I love this idea. I love it a lot because, number one, my eldest son was born August 6th, and we just went to Nova Scotia, and we went to the beach for the day, and we saw all this stuff. Well, the beach hut wasn't there, but we did have a tent. And I love this. So you can't even believe how excited I am to even start this. So I am super excited about this, and I would like eventually to get one of October when my other son was born. Mine is November. My husband's is February. It would just be fun to do them and hang them up in the house. Anyway, I'm digressing. So in our box, we got the pattern, we got the thread and the fabric, which is 16 count Aida. So I got Aida. I've got a bar rock, which, yeah, I haven't even eaten it yet, but we'll be getting eaten today. We got this cute little, there's a full unboxing, so go check it out. And we got the frame. So I'm going to get rid of the box because I don't need it. The frame can sit there. It's a 6x6 frame. And I'm going to look at this. So what I'm going to do is I am going to move you down so you can see what I'm seeing, and we'll see how we're going to start this. Okay, so I've got the instructions and everything. The chart is off to the side where you cannot see it because obviously it's paid for. I've got my fabric, I've got a pencil because the chart, actually, it's really cool. It's on a huge piece of paper, and one side of it is all black and white for those that love black and white, and the other side is all color. So for those people that like to look at it in color, I like it in black and white, and I may try to photocopy this, not photocopy it, scan it, so I can put it on my laptop, no, iPad. But for now, I'll just use the piece of paper and I'll write on it. I've got my colors. There's the needle. Let's undo our colors here. Oh, they're all in a little... Aren't these colors gorgeous? Oh, look at that. Already done for you. Separated and colored, and even has all the little... I don't even know if you can see that. Yes, you can. Even has all the little... And you know what's nice about this? It's not symbols, it's letters. And a couple of little symbols, but like, I love that. I wonder if they do that all the way through. And they're DMC threads. And they even have the DMC number there too. So if you run out or you want to make a second one, you know what colors to use. And so here, and I'm going to use this hoop because it's small and I love it. I'm going to have to buy more of these. I don't even know what size this hoop is. It doesn't say. My mum's had this for years. Can you tell by doing that? Is it a 6-inch? I feel like it's a 6-inch. Anyway, I'm going to use that in a minute. But what we have to work out is, how big is this? So this looks like it's 8 by 8.5. So that must mean we have to go that way. So, because that's the thing, you got to get your orientation right before you start. So I feel like that's the way it's supposed to go. Does this tell us in here? Does this tell us what the actual size is? No. All right, let's have a look. So it's a 16 count Swigard Aider. And we got all our colors. Stitch the design using the fabric on it. We have provided a generous piece of fabric to allow room to turn the top, which will go on our thing. We would advise that you start stitching 9 centimeters from the top of the fabric. Each square on the chart is equal. Okay. Okay, so what we have to do, let's get this needle out of here. Okay, so if we're going to go 9 centimeters down, I need a rule of tape measure. Now sometimes, depending on the design, some people like to just start from the center if they want to make sure they're doing it right. This particular chart has not indicated a center. So obviously they want us to start from up here and work across and then come down, which is another thing I like doing. So I'm going to start up here, obviously. And that is going to be M. So let's get M, which is the coral. Let's take a piece of this. Now, they're very loosey-goosey. I don't like that. So I'm going to take them out. And then I'm going to thread them this way. So it's going to come up like that. And I'm going to do that. That way, they'll be secure. So I'll do that with all of them later. We just want one big piece. I love that they're pre-cut for you. And I'm going to put my 2 ends together because I use 2 types of methods for stitching. I use the loop method, which is what this is. Oh, this is gold plated. Ooh, I've never stitched with a gold needle. Mine are all just nickel or silver or whatever they are. How lovely. I feel posh. Ooh, that's lovely. So we got the needle ready. And now I've determined that I think this is the way it goes because this is 8 by 8.5. So I want it that way because it is a longer picture. And then we need to do, what did it say? 7, 8 centimeters, 9 centimeters? You're supposed to be remembering this for me, 9 centimeters from the top. So, oh man, I think this is in, is that centimeters? What is that? Or is that millimeters? Oh, I feel like that's millimeters. Ah, I can't calculate math that way. Wait, there's a ruler. Yeah. No, there's, oh no, they are centimeters. No, they're millimeters. Oh, I hate this. Millimeters, centimeters. We sure we're supposed to do that? I'm confused now. Okay, Oh, where's my math friends? Kathy, help me out here. I can't figure this out. So if that's a millimeter, that can't be right, because if it says 9 centimeters from the top of the fabric, that's there, isn't it? Isn't that 9 centimeters? Surely it's not that little. Okay, basically I could not get my head around that because I don't know if that's correct in what they're telling us. Because 9 centimeters is 3 and something inches, 3 and a bit inches, which is kind of along here somewhere. And I don't know if that's, anyway, it didn't look right to me. I couldn't get my head around it. So I've decided to go back to the way I do it and start from the middle. So the middle on here, and funnily enough, on the chart, and I'll just show you this teeny little bit of the chart here. There's a little X there, which I think dictates or shows us the center, but not, there isn't one on the other side. So I had to figure it out myself, like up here. So then you count down and you count down and you find the middle. So I did that. So now I'm going to fold this in half, and no, I'm not using this, so I have to sort of fold it like that. And crease it, and then I'm going to fold it again and crease it, and this will be my center when I open it. So I am going to put my needle in there. No, I'm going to do that again. There. Oh, this isn't working. There. All right. All right. So that is supposed to be my mid. That still doesn't look like the middle. I think what's throwing me off is that I'm cutting that off, because it's totally throwing me off. That's better. Now if I do that and do that, now we should have a proper middle. Yes, now I've got a proper middle right there, like that. Okay. Now to do my edges, usually what I do is I have a thing called fray check, and it's like a glue, and I put that on there, and I'm pretty sure I just ran out. So yeah, I can't find it. I'm fairly sure I just ran out of fray check. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the sewing machine, and I'm just going to zigzag all the way around the edges so that that will get started. Then I'm going to come back and show you how I actually get that first stitch, which will be one of these green ones. center is actually the white, but I didn't want to start with white on white. So I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so I have zigzagged the sides, the edges, all the way around. There's my middle, so that's that nice big piece there, hole. I can still see it. So I'm going to put my hoop on. This doesn't matter which side I use. And I think I'll go like there, so the middle is down. And then get out of it. Put the hoop on like so. And I've got my thread ready. And there was that center. So I know that. So now I'm going to look at the pattern, because as I say, my center is one of these whites, but I want to just start up above it. So, and I need to go over 3. So I'm going to go, so this was my center stitch. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to come up here. Leave that taily bit. I'm going to go into there. I always go from left lower to top right. Pull the needle up, and I am going to go through this loop. And that has now secured that piece. Now a regular cross stitch, you'd come back into the bottom right hand side of that square. You'd pull up, and then you go into the top left hand. And that is a cross on your cross stitch. However, I like to do, if it's just one stitch here and one stitch there, I'll do it like that. Or if I'm stepping up to get to another color. But if there's a whole row of colors, which in this case there is, I'll come up in the bottom and go up over to the top right, come up in the bottom left. Instead of going over, I'm going to keep on doing this for the amount of stitches it requires. All the way until, now I've got to actually count and see how many I need to do. I need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. So this one I'm going to count as 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need 10 more. This is a lovely needle. How many have we got? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so now I'll just go back and cover those crosses up. So there is my first row. That's what the back looks like. So this is from that little red dot, that little red mark there, that's what I've just done, that little bit there. So what I'm actually going to do, I think, because I'm not quite sure this is big enough, I am going to just do this little bit of green with the thread I've got. Then I'm going to find the blue, and I'm going to do all around the edge of the blue beach hut. And then come down and do the bottom there so I can get to this, because I want to make sure it's going to fit. So I might get to that part and just do these. I don't know. What do you think? That's what I'm going to try. Anyway. Well, who knew this Flosstube was going to be that long? I was thinking they'd just all be 20 minutes. But, I mean, I was showing you how I start this. So, typically that's a little extra, really. So, yeah, I'm very excited about this new format. I hope you are. And I'm going to go make a cup of tea and carry on stitching that now. I feel like it's going to be a stitchy day. And I'll be back on Friday with some fabulous fabric to show you. And some new bags. Okay, I'll see you then. Bye.